Episode number 228. In crossing the bridge, she dropped the door key in the river. Arriving at the cathedral some few minutes before her escort, and waiting there, she thought, what if the key were already taken in a net? What if it were identified? What if the door were opened, and the remains discovered? What if she were stopped at the gate, sent to prison, and charged with murder? In the midst of these fluttering thoughts, the escort appeared, took her in, and took her away. "Is there any noise in the streets?" she asked him. "The usual noises," Mr. Cruncher replied, and looked surprised by the question, and by her aspect. "I don't hear you," said Miss Pross. "What do you say?" It was in vain for Mr. Cruncher to repeat what he said. Miss Pross could not hear him. "So I'll nod my head," thought Mr. Cruncher, amazed. "At all events she'll see that." And she did. "Is there any noise in the streets now?" asked Miss Pross again, presently. Again Mr. Cruncher nodded his head. "I don't hear it." "Gone deaf in an hour?" said Mr. Cruncher, ruminating, with his mind much disturbed. "What's come to her?" "I feel," said Miss Pross, "as if there had been a flash, and a crash, and that crash was the last thing I should ever hear in this life. Blest if she ain't in a queer condition," said Mr. Cruncher, more and more disturbed. "What can she have been attacking, to keep her courage up? Hark! There's the roll of them dreadful carts. You can hear that, miss?" "I can hear," said Miss Pross, seeing that he spoke to her. "Nothing. Oh, my good man, there was first a great crash, and then a great stillness, and that stillness seems to be fixed, and unchangeable, never to be broken any more as long as my life lasts. If she don't hear the roll of those dreadful carts, now very nigh their journey's end," said Mr. Cruncher, glancing over his shoulder, "it's my opinion that indeed she never will hear anything else in this world." And indeed she never did. Roman 15. The footsteps died out forever. Along the Paris streets, the death carts rumble, hollow and harsh. 6 tumbrels carry the day's wine to la guillotine. All the devouring and insatiate monsters imagined, since imagination could record itself, are fused in the one realization, guillotine. And yet there is not in France, with its rich variety of soil and climate, a blade, a leaf, a root, a sprig, a peppercorn, which will grow to maturity under conditions more certain than those that have produced this horror. Crush humanity out of shape, once more, under similar hammers, and it will twist itself into the same tortured forms. Sow the same seed of rapacious license, and oppression over again, and it will surely yield the same fruit according to its kind. 6 tumbrels roll along the streets. Change these back again to what they were, thou powerful enchanter, time, and they shall be seen to be the carriages of absolute monarchs, the equipages of feudal nobles, the toilettes of flaring Jezebels, the churches that are not my father's house, but dens of thieves, the huts of millions of starving peasants. No, the great magician, who majestically works out the appointed order of the Creator, never reverses his transformations. If thou be changed into this shape by the will of God, say the seers to the enchanted, in the wise Arabian stories, then remain so. But, if thou wear this form through mere passing conjuration, then resume thy former aspect. Changeless and hopeless, the tumbrels roll along.